Hello, my darlings. Another day, another story, another Hatbox Day. Probably isn't anything in the Hatbox today, just air. Let's listen and see if it's just air. I don't hear much. I will report though. Wait. I do hear a little something. I will let you know it's heavier than an empty box. So let's go inside. What? Please open the lid. Yes, of course. You guys don't forget how to ask nicely, because I know that's an important thing for all the people at the Walther School. Will you please open the lid? Yes, magic. It's magic, the way it works. The lid is now officially open. What? You'd like to see inside. All right. Inside the Hatbox, there is a bag. Okay. It's not a light bag. It's kind of heavy. Let's see if we can hear anything. Can you hear that? Makes a sound. And it's very hard. Very hard indeed. Hard as, I don't know, rock or something very solid. Solid, yes. I wonder if I can show you the shape of it. Is that a clue? That's not part of it. Can you guess? I bet you can. Let's look inside. I know. You're saying, please open the bag. And I'm hearing, take it out. Excuse me. Hello. Ready? Here goes the bag. Say goodbye, bag. Goodbye, bag. Oh, it can't be another bag. Perhaps you can see the silhouette better with this thin bag. What do you think? What if I just stretch the material so tight? Can you guess what that shape might indicate? Let's open it and see. Let's find out. Okay. Yes, of course. Of course I'll open it. And I'll even take it out. I'm hearing your request so nicely. But what is a jar of my favorite jelly doing inside a bag? Inside a bag. Inside a Hatbox. Can you guess something about a story about jam? Oh my gosh. It's a really great story. Do you remember it? It's this one. You can't tell from the outside. It simply looks like a green book. Do you remember this one? It's all green all around. You put the title right here. It's called The Giant Jam Sandwich. You remember this one? Okay. I'm going to put my glasses on. Green glasses to go with the green book. Ta-da! So, see, this illustrator just left the interior part of the book, the first part of the book, just white. Some of our illustrators like to paint there, don't they? And here's simply the title. The Giant, you finish it. Yeah, Jam Sandwich. Okay. Now, the story and the pictures are by John Vernon Lord. Can we say thank you, John Vernon Lord? And the verses, so that's the words. The verses are by Janet Burroway. Thank you, Janet Burroway. Let me see if I can get this better for you. There you go. One hot summer in Itching Down, 4 million wasps flew into town. It's a rhyming book, right? Can you help me with the rhymes? They drove the picnickers away. They chased the farmers from their hay. They stung Lord Swill on his fat, bald pate. They dived and hummed and buzzed and ate. Now that is a lot of insects to come into one town, don't you think? And the noisy, nasty nuisance grew till the villagers cried, "What can we do?" What could the villagers do? What would you do if all those wasps came to town? Well, so they called a meeting. They called a meeting in the village hall, and Mayor Muddlenut asked them all, "What can we do?" And they said, "Good question." But nobody had a good suggestion. Not one of the people in the town. I bet you would have a good suggestion. Then Bap the baker leapt to his feet and cried, "What do wasps like best to eat? Do you know? Do you know what they like?" Yeah. Strawberry jam. Now wait a minute. If we made a giant sandwich, we could trap them in it. Oh, now that's a good idea. The gentleman cheered and the ladies squealed, and Farmer Seed said, "You can use my field." Yep, he says, "Come use my field." He must have a nice big field. Would you look at that hat? She's got a peacock feather. Look at that. Other flowers in there. Goodness, that's pretty. Bap gave instructions for making the dough. Mix flour from above and yeast from below. Salt from the seaside, water from the spout. Now thump it, bump it, and bang it about. That, my friends, is a lot of bread. While they were working and working hard, some more made a tablecloth out in the yard. That's a lot of work to make a big, big, giant loaf of bread, isn't it? Are some of you trying to make bread at home? My brother told me he's making bread now because he can't find it in his store. But he's making it because he likes bread. When they were done, the dough was left to rise till that loaf was a mountain in shape and size. Can you see how big that loaf of bread is? My. They hitched it up with a bit of fuss to tractors, cars, and the village bus, and took it to the oven they had made in the hill, 50 cookers in an old brick mill. 50. That's more than all the children in the Walther school. That's 8 more children than we have in the entire Walther school. Do you see where they're going to bake the bread? See the oven? Is it bigger than your oven at home? I'm sure it is. Much bigger than mine. 4 hours and hours they let it cook. It swelled inside till the windows shook. It was piping hot when they took it out, and the villagers raised a mighty shout. Look how big. Oh my gosh. Wow, what a big shout. Isn't it crusty? Aren't we clever? But the wasps were just as bad as ever. The wasps are still there. Oh my gosh. I hope they're not stinging the children. It's bad enough to sting the adults, but please don't sting the children. Look at this bread. Oh, how are they going to slice it? We don't have a knife big enough at the Walther School to slice this bread. The loaf was left to cool, and then the people watched while 6 strong men took a great big saw and sliced right through. Everybody clapped, and they cut slice number 2. Look at, they're using a saw. That's a huge saw, isn't it? Look at all those people. Let's count the people it takes. 1, 2, 3 over here. See, this guy's falling down. 1, 2, 3, and then over here, 3 more. Let's count all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And there's a guy going up or down the ladder. We can't tell. People down below are clapping. Here's slice number 1 as they're working on slice number 2. Why are there wheels on this? Why do you think? Why is the bread laying down on something that has wheels? Do you think they're planning to move it? Oh yeah, remember Farmer Seed? He said that they could use his yard, his fields. The village bus, they all agreed, would spoil the fields of Farmer Seed. Okay, so the wheels on that bus would dig big holes and crevices in the soil at Farmer Seeds. So they had to find a way to transport the bread to make the sandwich without hurting his fields. Very clever to use these nice, smooth wooden wheels. Here we go, I'll read that again. The village bus, they all agreed, would spoil the fields of Farmer Seed. So 8 fine horses pulled the bread to where the picnic cloth was spread. Okay, so they're going, oh, look up here. There's the cloth. You see that? They're spreading out the cloth to put the sandwich on. Oh, look who's nearby. The cow had to move away so that they could lay down the blanket for the picnic. Lay down the cloth. Here comes the bread. And there are the wasps still hanging around. A truck drew up and dumped out butter, and they spread it out with a flap and a flutter, spoons and spades, slap and slam. And they did the same with the strawberry jam. Look what they're doing. All the people are working together. That's teamwork, isn't it? The village has a problem, and they're working it out together. And everyone's doing what they're good at. So each person has a job. There's someone with a spoon who's stirring. Someone with a big stack. Is that butter? I'm not sure. And the chicken's just marching along, helping out. And look at all that strawberry jam in a big old dump truck. Look. They've got strawberry jam just making a river. And then all the people are spreading the butter. And there's Bap the baker. And they're, oh, look. They're pushing the butter around. Not using a knife, are they? Look at that. They each are using their own tools that they brought to help. Yep. Look how they drew the trees. Isn't that beautiful? I love the illustrations in this book, don't you? There's an umbrella. That looks like more pats of butter, don't you think? Do you think that's butter? But look at these trees. They're so beautiful. Let's see what happens in the story. Meanwhile, high above the field, 6 flying machines whirred and wheeled, ready for the wasps to take the bait. What's the bait? It's something that the wasps like. And it's red, and you've already guessed it. The strawberry jam. You're right. 6 flying machines whirled and wheeled, ready for the wasps to take the bait, and then there was nothing to do but what? Bait and wait. Well done. Yes. There's the pictures. So the wasps are kind of getting interested. Look at, they're coming. They're heading here towards the jam. They've got one on the ground with the jam and butter. They got the other one above. The other piece of bread is above. All the whirring helicopters. Suddenly the sky was humming. All 4 million wasps were coming. They smelled that jam. They dived and struck. And then they ate so much that they all got they got stuck. The others, let me make sure you see this. Okay, look at them all. They're all getting stuck. They're dive bombing right into the jelly. The other slice came down kersplat on top of the wasps, and that was that. There were only 3 that got away, and where they are, I cannot see. Look at this is when they're coming, and this is when the other piece of bread got plopped right on top of them. Would you eat this sandwich? No. Tell me why not. You wouldn't eat it because the wasps could what? They could hurt you, couldn't they? They could sting, even if they're dead. They could still sting you. So always be careful, please. But they never came back to Itching Down, which is not a waspish kind of town, but a very nice place to dance and play. And that's what the villagers did that day. Look. They danced. Here you go. They're ready to have a happy, another beautiful tree. Look at that. Look at the gentleman sitting under the tree, the shade of the tree. Oh, and there's people playing music. Which instrument would you choose to play in this particular band? Yes, violin, cello, piano. Looks like a flute back there and a horn. I can't tell what this one is. And there's people dancing. Oh, they got all fancy with their fancy shoes and their fancy dress and this fancy coat and pants. People really got dressed up for this occasion. Okay. What became of the sandwich? Well, in Itching Down, they like to tell how the birds flew off with it in their beaks and had a feast for 100 weeks. So it won't harm the birds to eat the wasps in the wasp sandwich. Thank you, my dears. This is a lovely day, a good day to share a story, whether it be about jam or strawberry jam or just a story that you'd like to tell. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, and I'll be sending you a story tomorrow. I love you very much. Bye-bye.